ding a ding dong, just because it's tradition. Give folks a chance to slide in after the cigarette break out there. That was good. Thank you. Brendan.
Stay where you are. Thank you. Stay where you are. Somebody, where is he? Come.
Yeah, he's...
Okay. I got a request for a technique. All right. Get closer. Closer. Is that right? Okay. Turn to this. Everybody turn to the right. Put your arms back on the person that is, and start to massage them.
Oh, wow. Man, where are we going?
Just give them a little bit of a massage. You're not trying to off balance them. I see some of you starting to, hey, you were actually just passing the massage through them.
Yes, I'm Well, you got a professional?
You got a professional back there.
You got a program here. Man, if I wasn't already married, I'd
Just relax. Let's all just relax together. Let's all just get, it's similar to what Patrick was saying. We're doing a wave through each other just for therapeutically passing. Oh, look at that. Look at that. You didn't say, absolutely. I actually like that. You didn't say we couldn't do that.
So do your little technique. I like it.
Oh, like this. Come on, Jess. Good. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jeremy, for the suggestion. Okay. I'm kind of scattered today because there's so much I want to teach, but I do want to, there's one thing I want to teach a little bit later that I think has really been forgotten, and that's self-defense for others. Okay? And that means we learn because we're always trying to protect self, but sometimes we're in situations that others need protection. But if we only practice, it's about protecting me, it's about protecting me, we haven't extended. Okay? But we'll get to that a little bit later. Another thing I want to get into, I'm looking for you. Certain people are earmarked today. I want you to understand that we give you instruction, but we do not give you command. All right? We show you something, our arm goes a certain way. That's to help you, but that's not to tell you. You have to do this. You have to decide how that instruction works, but try at least to use some of what you're instructed with. An example is, hold my arms, hold down. I say move your arm. I'm sorry, move your hand. Move your hand, move your hand, move your hand. That's moving my hand too. The difference is, but literally if I say move your arm, you think I'm telling you to do this. What I'm doing is find the way to get what you want. Okay, so try that technique of moving your arm, then moving your arm without the normal movement. Okay, please. And any variation. The fact that he said, I'll do the exercise, I just have to do it a different way. So when you get an instruction, understand that it's the spirit of the instruction that we want. If you use the literal, that's fine, that helps you. If the literal hurts you, go back and find the spirit of what you're trying to do. Okay, please continue, explore. Thank you. Sensei Parker was talking about, find it here too. If he showed you a technique that you can do here, it didn't belong over there. It's supposed to be able to be done here too. Think about what you just learned and bring it to this area. Don't go anywhere. Do that again. Do it, particularly you do what you do, George. Change as uke. Don't be the same uke every time. Because usually Nage will give the same response. We take the roles too literally. Uke must always do this. Nage must do that. The person that is going to attack you is not going to listen to, I'm supposed to do that so that you can do this. If you change as uke, you help Nage change. But if you stay the same as uke, Nage doesn't get to change. So change now. Change your grasp. You're restricting their movement, and see if you can come up with other ways. Thank you, George. One of the things that you want to do is keep it simple and understand and make a choice. So, okay. We tend to go, well, yeah. Okay, I'm moving him. Understand that if you can't move him, you can move you. If you don't get caught in that, I have to move him, or I have to move me. Be free enough to think of move us, and add. He's moving us. He is moving us. Don't say, you see where he's leaning? Okay, you mean this side you want me to do? Now, and who said adjust? Say what you said before, adjust before change?
Yes, sir.
Why would I want to change this to something else so close? Adjust that. When you feel it's that close but not quite there, and you change, you took away what you did. Don't take away what you get. Change it, but don't give up on it. Okay. So I see sometimes people will go, "You're right there. You're right there. You're right there. I've almost got you. I've almost got you," and then you go, "But I didn't get you, so that didn't work." One of my key rules for students is you never get to walk away from your mistake. If you make a mistake, don't walk away. You can start again. Fix it right there. Fix it because when you do this and go here again, oh, I made a mistake. Okay, I get to go back and do a freebie restart. You don't. When you make a mistake, you have to pay for it. That means you have to keep it, and it's your job to change it and correct it where you made it before you're allowed to move on. Why do we do that? Because we're never allowed to let go of a mistake by an attacker. When we do that, we don't take responsibility for our technique. So you go, well, it's not his fault. It's my fault. I made a change. Right? But I could have, and there's the mindset that you'll get yourself into, is, that's too much hard work to figure out what my mistake is. You're allowed to do that here. You're not allowed to do that out there. So make your mistake and grit it up and say, that sucked. and I gotta fix it. And your partner is nice enough. If you're really stuck, he might give you a different energy. Say, go teach me what. He's telling me, you're too far over this way. I mean that way. Okay, now what you want me to do? You want more. You see what I'm saying? Your partner's going to inform you. So, particularly, like I said, if you make a mistake, it's information. If you don't do anything about it, it's a mistake. So don't worry about it. Change a mistake into information. Please continue. Thank you, sir. Or have a variation of this.
Very nice line on here.
Mate, do you want to continue with this or do another variation of this? Okay,
Something less painful on our knees.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. You'd rather lie on your back, wouldn't you? Good. Well, that sounded, well, would you edit that, please? Now, I did that as a precursor to what we're doing, because that position that we did the attack in is very, it's a training position. 2 people kneeling, 2 people standing. Every bit of training that you have to do has to evolve to situational reality. If you train it in an ideal, in a dojo, you've trained something that doesn't really exist anywhere else. So you have to invest in reality. I'm not very likely to sit kneeling in front of somebody. The Japanese culture, that would happen. That particular position is more everyday. But for us, it's a tool. It's not an end. That's not what we are. I need to find my people. Somebody knocked you down and he's grabbed you. Somebody has put you here. Can you still do the same moving, off balancing, moving, off balance? I'm not saying do judo. What I'm saying is apply the same. Can you move something a different way? Do more of the wrist grab, because that's where we were at last. So if somebody comes in and they grab you, can you do what you did sitting? From that position. Because that position has to be, whatever you do, standing, you should be able to do laying down. Whatever you do with your eyes open, you should be able to do with your eyes closed. Learning a technique in an ideal is dangerous. You have to put it into different places to find out where it fails. Okay, so somebody's throwing you down, somebody's grabbing you with your hands that way. Try the scenario, find your own solution, please. Take 5 minutes, take a break, get some water, and we'll continue.
Thank you, sir.
Nothing wrong with the same exercise. Let's go back and do the warm-up exercise, turn around. We're going to do Andrew's version. Will you show your variation? All right, please.
We gotta get closer in.
Yeah, get close. I mean, what we may try it is walk in the side.
Getting closer. No.
Stop the walking.
Stop the walking.
Massage it. With the elbow. Certainly.
There we go. It's more like a rep call.
Oh, no, I need to observe. Okay, thank you. No, please, I need to.
You walk forward, you're not getting any. Sorry. Eric's pulling me behind.
Oh, I meant on me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Anything with you.
Thumb, right elbow.
My elbow.
My scapula too. Yeah, there we go.
You're rotating away.
It's working for you? Yeah.
Eric, stop saying that's the spot.
She's moving.
Okay, everybody relax. Just take a few minutes on your own to relax the way you want to relax. You need to get your back. You're going to get things, and I don't particularly want you to get things. I want you to take them and do with them what you feel comfortable with. You know, if it's like that doesn't work for you, don't say give it a try and then let it go. The main idea is to come here is to put yourself somewhere that you don't usually do what you do. Try something you don't usually do. As long as we get too comfortable in the zone, we're all automatically going backwards. You have to keep finding your art, searching out, forward, all different directions, 360. If things become the same direction, you'll start to get less and less effective. You have to go forward, backward. You have to go on the ground, off the ground. You have to do two hands. It's your job to take your technique to places and find out what they can do. I'll do this now. So, I'm looking at the timer. I'll go back to just, if I jump, don't let that bother you, okay? Just do it and organize it, your thoughts. I'm looking for people because I have predisposed people. Somebody grabs you, all right? Instead of thinking about throwing, just turn or see what happens. And if that happens, all I'm thinking about is what I saw change. I'm not thinking about what I'm going to do next. I have to become an observer of what just happened. Oh, he put it back. If I don't use his reaction, I'm not Aikido. You need to go. He didn't do anything. He's making the movement, I'm riding the movement, okay? If I'm trying to chase him to get him to a certain place, all he has to do is run. But what I have to do is make him want something. You want this? You want this? Grab, you want meat. Right. You want meat? Oh, he wants meat. But if you make getting him, it changes the game. If he starts to feel you change the game, he changes the game. And you say, well, he's not doing what he's... No, you changed the game. He didn't do it. So be careful when you change the game that you say, well, you didn't go what I wanted you to go because you didn't let him keep getting what he wanted. You want my wrist? You want my wrist? Sorry. I changed, but I didn't. Kept saying, you want that wrist. I did not say, okay, I want to throw you. You have to continue to let him try to do what he's trying. If any technique you do stops him, game over, because you change the rules, he doesn't want to play. So keep letting, it's okay to be grabbed, but keep making him have to do, you want the wrist, you want the wrist, you don't want the wrist. Throw him fine, you want the wrist, you want the wrist. Okay? So try this less of, I'm going to get you, and more of, I'll let you keep playing the game. Okay, please. Thanks, sir. Your name is?
Leon.
Leon said something. I jumped a little bit because Leon reminded me of something, and I like to tell stories that remind me of something. I met Carl Geiss's group. If some of you might know Judo and know Carl Geiss's group, and he alphabetized techniques. A, B, C. If you did A and he did this and he moved, you went to B. If he went to B and he adjusted to that, you went to C. So he alphabetized it. And so I was like, wow, that's cool. How many letters do you have? We go up to 26. A through Z. You do this, I'll do, you do this, then he does that, I do this. You do this, I'll do that. Wow, 26, it was intentional. You find out the variations when you do this and he does this. So I was like, okay, so you do all the way to 26, huh? How many times have you been up to Z? And they're like, we'd never get past Z. But they had practiced up to variation to variation to variation. You see what I'm saying? And so if you're sitting there looking for it, you may end up still out of the sequence, but eventually you'll get to the letter. If the person starts at C, next is D. Okay, so the reason I say this is because he said something, what did you say? Sequencing. All techniques are sequences. They shouldn't surprise you. If you're surprised, it's because you're not paying attention to the sequence. All right, but the attacker, he may change the sequence. So you have to think, you have to be aware of, even while you're doing what you're doing, you have to put it in what sequence is it coming. Okay? So I appreciate it reminding me is that, you know, don't just do technique, add it to a sequence. Learn another one, add another sequence. Thank you, Leon. Continue, please. When somebody says something that reminds me, you know, Carl's at ABC, I'm like thinking, wow, I wonder what Z is. And we never got to Z. We usually got somebody by C.
Yeah, we never did either, and I really never trained with Carl.
Okay, now let's look at what you're doing. Okay, go back to what you're doing. You want him? Go ahead. You're trying to get him down, but to get him down, you have to go further away from him. Right. So, okay. Now, where you have, give him some space. Now, shift him with your. Keep this. Shift him with your body. Now pull him. Shift your body. He had to take the step.
Right.
When you were doing it before, put your feet. Let me do it to you. When you were doing it before, you kept the same position and wanted to change. All right? I'm here. I want change, but it's pretty much at the limit, right? Now, the game changed. The technique didn't fail. I don't keep trying to. If you had a way out, so go out. But what I'm saying to you, when you're down here and you're going down, there's other things that are closer to down. Your knees, your feet, right. There you go. If ever you do a technique and your position changes more than Uke's, the cost was too high.
Okay.
You know, if I go down almost as much as Uke,
Right. Yeah. I've lost my posture. Yeah.
No, that's all right.
Gotcha.
You're all doing your thing, and that's what I asked you to do, okay? As long as you're doing your thing and trying to find a new thing. Please. This one. No, this one. Okay, we all know this, right? Every art has some sort of entry, okay? In Aikido, it might be. In Judo, it's. Okay? We think, well, I'm doing a throwing art. At any given time, the same motions. Are you all right, sir? Are you all right? I didn't punch him, but the punch is still part of movement. When I finally connected, wait a minute, the same movement that does this. I didn't think that punching and throwing were separate. Again, another story. Dan Innocento. Who knows who Dan Innocento is? Dan Innocento was Bruce Lee's best friend. And I was at a seminar. And Dan Innocento hit this guy like 7 times. The guy came in and he went, bop, 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 bop. And I thought, wow, 7 hits. He didn't hit him 7 times. He moved that, he moved that, he moved that, he moved that. And the guy went down. And I'm like, he threw him with hits. We were too much in the box. We thought we were here to do throwing and he was doing punching. No, he was doing punching. He was doing throwing when he was punching. And the same thing, when I'm punching, I should be throwing. If you're just punching and he moves, you're still staying with punch. But if you're saying, I'm punching, he blocks, I'm throwing. You see what I'm saying? You still thought I was punching. I didn't change it. What was a punch now became a throw. I start to throwing. He blocks my throw. I was still throwing him even when I touched him with a punch. Be able to not box yourself into punching is one thing, throwing is another. And realize that there are movements that at the end you make a choice. Will I put the weight here or will I put the weight there? Okay. Try, if you want to try a little bit of coming in as a throw, coming in as a punch, coming in as a throw, and he shouldn't be able to tell the difference. I haven't studied punching arts, so I'm not going to say I'm punching him. I'm going to say I'm moving, stop me, strike, throw. Now, he held my arm. He didn't hold my elbow. Strike, throw. I just want you to think a little bit about when you do a thing and it's not working again, that you don't give up and you just say, well, my punch didn't work, my throw didn't work. It can become another tool, okay? See if you can, and some of you, I'm opening a door, add a little bit of atimi or striking into your throwing, okay? If you have any questions, never done it, get with somebody that's added atimi to there. We're only going to do this for about a minute, because not because I have it answered, but because I haven't seen enough of it. I need to see more of it. And that's where our focus practice is. We're always about, I practice so that when I get attacked. I practice so my Aikido to protect myself. The opponent is attacking me. I'm taking care of me. We never practice, how do I Aikido when someone else is being attacked? And you're not the direct recipient. How can you introduce your technique to that? That is where you need to. So what you're going to try, and believe me, this is an exploration, so I don't expect definitive. I want you to think about, I've never thought of how I would use it with a third being the one not attacked directly. Please. I'm great. He attacks me. Oh, great, you know, I protected the world. No, I protected myself. Over here, this way. Just threatening. I know Aikido. I protect people. That's Aikido that needs, how do I get into that? We're real good when it's against us. How am I going to protect, who's not getting, okay, you're being attacked. How can I get into that? So you're starting to push him off him. How can I start protecting them both instead of it's me protecting? So add a third party. You're just the person that's coming into it. How can you not attack? Don't attack the attacker. Try to put the Aiki into the situation of let me help. Sometimes you're going to change him. Sometimes you're going to move him. But put your Aiki in a situation that's not just about you. Okay? Please. Find 3 people. Question. One final thing. It's dangerous when you watch 2 people fight because you automatically assume you know who's good and who's bad. The one that looks bad, that's the guy. And Chris Garrett, wise in his wisdom, weak in other places. He's been in situations where the wrong person was assumed to be the problem. Don't assume when you're saving somebody that you've chosen the right one. You get in domestic squabbles, it's kind of difficult to really tell who was who, and that's a lot of it. So could you 3 gentlemen come, please, again. He had a very good name? Maurice. Maurice had a very good question. You know, how do you really tell? So, no, I'll be the one telling. That's fine. Two people are fighting, right? And I'm like, this guy looks like he's winning and he's beating him up. So I'm like, oh, okay, I better get him. And this was the guy that was really the thing. And so I attacked the wrong person. You're assuming before you've actually gotten the correct information, I know what to do. A better thing to do instead of trying to immediately, and this guy all of a sudden I look and I say, I saved you. And he wails on it. And I'm like, I saved you. And he's like, wow, thanks for helping me beat him up. I made a new friend that I really didn't want to make. Right? So he comes through. The first thing you do is touch the situation. Both people. Feel what the energy is. Now the aggressor starts. Oh, now I see who the energy is. Don't read the situation if you don't really feel it. Now, a better way to have dealt with this is throw them both. You're bound to get one right. No. And so you come in, and throwing somebody can be to stop an attack and to create space to help him. I threw him, but he's safer now. Off-balancing a person that's being attacked moves them to a safe place. But the main thing, and I appreciate the question, is how do you know who's the one attacking? You have to touch it, feel it, and then you'll know where it's going. Thank you very much for the question. Thank you all for trying these things. I appreciate it. Let's circle up. Thank you, sir. Jeremy, any finishing warm down it?
I have one suggestion. It might be a good time for the group photo.
Okay. Where do you want to?
That would be nice.
I don't know if you want to do circle of power. We did the group
Please,
photo.
yeah, I haven't been here. You can do it. I mean, you know how the best
boss
place.
right now.
No, I'm not. You're the
Oh, ready? All right.
Thank you.